Other one of those, when you saw him on TV, you're like, that guy's, like, you know.
He is oozing.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 287 pounds, the bad guy, Razor Ramon,
who fought his way from the gutter now to the top of WWE, and he has amassed a treasure trove of gold. Oh, look out.
He's not going to wait to get things going. Come on, clearly not ready yet.
This is WWE, Cole. You always have to be ready for anything, anytime.
And the referee for this match is motioning to the superstars, saying they need to get into the ring.
Yeah, trying to steer this chaos where it belongs.
That's great. So, NXT,
and he throws the opposition back into the ring.
I was very shy.
There we go.
Superstars finally enter the ring, and we are officially underway.
Cruel form.
All eyes are on Razor now.
So he did the win for and then, when I explained to him why I was a fan,
placed him in the corner here.
He thought it was cool. He was like, hey.
Driving their opponent down. Now,
quick shot attempt here. And fends off the pinfall.
Trying to make short order of things there.
He's looking like easy prey, about to fall into a trap.
Big back body drop. And Priest looks a little less intimidated after taking some punishment there.
Maybe not pretty, but the bad guy looked pretty good right there.
And down.
Kick to the back. Damian Priest would like to be your guy. With a set of heaven. Priest ended this fight.
Now shoulders down. Here we go. Oh, kick out attempt.
Is absolutely amazing.
That was close, but Damian Priest doesn't look like he's letting that distract him from the task at hand. Not a good spot to be in.
That powerbomb was absolutely worthy of both halves of its match.
Effective counter.
And he calls him over.
No! Straight across the top rope.
Isolating their opponent's arm and
what do you think of that? So now,
stop right to the hand.
And repeated impacts like that will weaken you mentally as much as it does physically.
It's going to be really
headed out of the ring, but the count is looming.
Just launched. Just a perfect mix of pure power and bad intentions.
Drops the hammer.
Right on the lower back.
He's looking fairly drained.
And now is the time to dig deep, to start tapping into your... And look at this now. Yes, applying the submission hold.
Oh, look at this. Nice escape.
Scott's face.
Suplex. I don't think people realize the amount of strength it takes to hurt someone like that.
And if the first off doesn't send you the message, the follow-up ones definitely will.
Time for him to get back in the ring.
No one wants a count out here.
Beats the count without a moment to lose.
Nice combination of strikes here, going down low and finishing up high. Into the cover, looking for the win.
Gets the shoulder up and one.
Kicking out there really has to make his opponent question his game plan. Carefully placed stomp to the arm. Oh, you have to protect your shoulders from hits like that. You don't want to compromise your ability to throw a punch or lock in a hold. Kick to the gut. And a big right hand.
Razor failing to offer any resistance here.
Yeah, this is a good job of exhausting Razor's gas tank.
Just punched him right in the neck.
Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow. What a barrage of stomps.
You can feel the resentment building with each stomp there.
Yeah, that's it.
Priest for the flatliner.
That's Damian unleashing some cold and methodical destruction.
Completely focused on the task at hand.
Run out of ringside and back to the mat. Damian with the pin, looking to end it.
We talk a lot of inside baseball and stuff.
And now, finally do it. What a victory.
I want to ask you a question, but I also want to thank you.
Here's your winner,
one more Scott. That's because
a shocking loss for Razor Ramon.
Priest took aim, and he did not miss.
Yeah, Damian wanted a big win here, and he got
Scott
it.
was there around the time that I asked him about the Razor's Edge, and then he left. And so he was there as a guest. I asked him, but after that experience, he left. And that's when I was in Terry Taylor's class. Terry Taylor, just for whatever reason, we were talking about Scott Hall. I was watching some matches back. I love this story. And Terry Taylor told it, so this is really funny. WCW, I guess they were going to give Terry the shot when Scott's there. And they were like, look, Scott's going to beat you, but you're going to get 90% of the offense. Yeah. You're going to light him up. You're going to showcase, and this will set the table to build the kid. He said, all right, sweet. Go to the ring, golf or whatever. And Scott immediately goes, office said sell. And it just beats him up. And he just lights him up and then beats him. And he gets to the back. He was like, what happened? They were like, we were going to ask you what happened. And then he realized he got me. You know, office member, so it's got it.
Oh my gosh.
It's one of my favorite.
Terry, man.
Office said sell. Terry just beat up Terry and then pinned him.
Yeah.
It's horrible. But at the same time, now in the future, funny story.
Yeah.
Love that story.
Shout out to Terry, by the way, because he teaches stuff that you only find out later.
You trained our boss.
Where you go, oh, that was right. I heard that before.
1,000%.
Yeah.
There was I'm not going to, and this is completely honest. When I was in NXT, Terry and I butted heads. I was not a fan of Terry.
Yeah.
So I figured out, I was like, oh my God, he's like this because he wants me to be so good.
Yeah.
And then now today, we're insanely awesome. I love that guy, and I appreciate his contribution.
I want to thank you for something. Not just for being the guest who drank the most weekly vodka with me, but I don't get hurt. I had the pec injury is very unique. It's an anomaly. I don't like to get hurt. I don't like to tell people when I'm hurt. I don't like to tell people when I'm sick. I'm here. Let's go. Full speed ahead. RTD, as you know. I, on the Christmas loop, was wrestling you in steel cages.
Yeah.
And the night in Boston where you went to Calhoun's, where John Cena was at, and you were wondering where I was at, I was on the bus, nearly dead.
I remember texting you. It was like, John Cena showed up. Where are you?
So
But I didn't know.
I was, Matt can tell you, I was next to my bed, not even laying on my bed, in the crux of the bunk back there, basically by the bathroom. I had what I thought was maybe a stomach bug. It ended up just being food poisoning. But I thought, we're going to need to go to the hospital. I get to Toronto. We're driving all the way through borders. I get to Toronto the next day, and I pull up to the gym. I lay there throughout the gym thing. I'm shivering. The temperature is just blazing. It's everything. Wrestling you in cages,
Yeah.
cage matches in the premium match of the night. And Matt, I remember him telling me, he goes, hey, do we need to get a doctor? And I said, no, just tell me the match 2 matches before me. Tell me the match 2 matches. So he does, and I got my tights on, I got my boots on. There's no color in my skin, completely dead, void. And I came and I told you, I said, hey, I'm a little sick. So just, be mindful. Maybe don't kick me in the stomach, which the first thing all wrestlers would do is like kick a guy in the stomach.
Yeah.
And then you were like, yeah, okay. And I think you were just talking in a way that it was just talk. And then you saw me go to a trash can next to you where I voided about 30 pounds of fluid. right there.
I remember that.
It was that
Because
bad.
I can't see that.
Yeah, and
I got no.
I remember you looking at me and going, and then we wrestled, and it continued for 3 nights after that. I was sick for the entire tour, and I was like a little baby bird, and you took care of me. And there's even photos of me online laying on the mat where it looks like a pale skeleton in the cage and climbing us out of the cage. I could not have asked for a more professional dance partner in that moment. Again, if we never use it, understood, but it's the worst it's ever been for me in the ring. Adrenaline didn't help at all. There was no adrenaline in my soul. None.
The soul. At that point, the soul.
So I wanted to thank you for it. Stand by. I wanted to thank you for it.
No, and I do remember that. But look, that's one of those. It's like, man, Cody's responsible for the house. We got to do our part. True, but
thank you. I couldn't have asked for better.
That was actually. I remember that. That was a lot because I felt bad and I was like, how do I protect? It was a lot of like pressure in the sense of I don't want to hurt him. I don't like in this like you're not hurt you physically, just like do damage to him. Mike was going through it, and I was like, okay, like let me make it really easy for him.
You kept me straight.
Man, you're not bringing up Saudi.
I kept that one secret. Do you want me to bring it up?
That's up to you.
Saudi's very simple.
Yeah, actually, that's short one.
It's a very simple little tale. I want to shout out one of the best producers in all of WWE, that being Chris Abyss. Is Chris Park? I just call him Abyss.
I call him Abyss.
Yeah, just a wonderful producer, incredibly nervous all the time, but wants everything to be great. He was our producer for our match in Saudi.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, sometimes the crowds are amazing and hot and vocal and loud. This crowd was a little bit more subdued. And right before we went out, we were second to last, I believe.
Yeah.
And Judgment Day, Cody Rhodes, this had been a regular TV story. Someone in management stood up and said, hey guys, if they're not there for you, just go home. Take it home. And I remember thinking, exactly.
That was the best thing they could have said.
I remember thinking, don't love that.
No,
and
not at all.
We proceeded to get him back. And it was a sprint.